Hello and welcome to your daily economics and financial updates for August 23rd, 2025. Today we spotlight Indiabulls Housing Finance, Centrum Capital, Ola Electric, Air India, BMW India, ICICI Securities, and OpenAI. Equities cooled as additional United States tariffs on Indian exports take effect from August 27th, while the Goods and Services Tax Reform Plan and a potential Japan investment package support the medium term. Let's dive in. Sammaan Capital, sentiment positive. Sammaan Capital, earlier known as Indiabulls Housing Finance, raised about $300 million through 3-year overseas bonds. This is its first international issue of this fiscal year and helps diversify its funding sources. Management said it will strengthen the company's funding base, which matters for a non-bank finance company that relies on market borrowings. It's also the first high-yield issue out of India this fiscal year, a small but important sign of improving access to offshore credit for Indian lenders. Centrum Capital, sentiment positive. Centrum plans to sell its stake in its housing finance arm to an investor named Weaver in a transaction of around 430 crore rupees. The deal is expected to complete in about 6 months. This move should unlock value and allow Centrum to recycle capital back into core businesses. For investors, this signals management's focus on simplifying the structure and building a more efficient balance sheet, which can improve return ratios over time. Ola Electric, sentiment neutral. Shareholders approved a change in how the company will use money raised in its initial public offer. Funds will be moved to priority needs such as capacity expansion and its battery arm, Ola Cell Technologies. This does not increase spending but shifts the timing and projects within the original plan. It shows execution pragmatism as demand and supply chain realities evolve. For lay listeners, the company is adjusting where the IPO money goes to get faster benefits in factories and technology. Air India, sentiment negative. A Mumbai to Jodhpur flight had to abort takeoff because of an operational issue. The airline said alternative arrangements were made for passengers. While safety protocols worked as designed, such events can briefly dent reliability perceptions. For context, operational reliability is a key factor for airlines because it affects costs, aircraft availability, and customer satisfaction, which in turn can influence brand strength and market share. BMW India, sentiment positive. BMW India said it crossed 5,000 electric vehicle deliveries and opened a 4,000-kilometer high-power charging corridor from North to South India. This improves charging access and reduces range anxiety, which helps more people consider electric cars. For the wider market, such infrastructure creates confidence and supports growth for both premium and mainstream EVs, encouraging suppliers and charging operators to invest more. Aavishkaar Capital Fund, sentiment positive. Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, committed $40 million to Aavishkaar Capital's Global Supply Chain Support Fund. The fund aims to back Indian mid-market companies in supply chains, food processing, and manufacturing. This is patient-performing credit, typically for 3 to 5 years, which helps companies grow without diluting equity. The move signals international confidence in India's mid-market and supports investment in real economy sectors that generate jobs. Sentiment neutral. CESC invited tenders for annual overhauling at its Budge power station. This is routine maintenance, but it matters because planned outages and upgrades help keep plants efficient and available during peak demand. For a utility, steady operations and timely maintenance can support reliability metrics and cash flows, especially when fuel costs and demand fluctuate. There is no immediate earnings impact, but it underscores operational discipline. Haldia Energy, sentiment neutral. Haldia Energy, a power generation company, issued a tender for annual overhauling of boilers and turbines. Like CES's update, this signals ongoing upkeep to ensure steady power generation. For listeners, think of this as a scheduled service for a large industrial asset. It keeps the plant healthy, supports efficiency, and helps the company meet supply obligations without unexpected downtime. ICICI Securities, sentiment neutral. ICI Direct noted limited near-term upside for the market due to tariff concerns, selling by foreign portfolio investors, and stretched valuations. They flagged support for Nifty around 24,500 and resistance near 25,000. For retail investors, this means staying selective, focusing on fundamentals, and watching policy cues like the goods and services tax changes and tariff negotiations. OpenAI, sentiment positive. OpenAI plans to open its first office in New Delhi and expand developer events. This matters because India has deep technical talent and a growing artificial intelligence ecosystem. Local presence can support startups, enterprises, and developers through easier access to tools, education, and partnerships. Over time, this can accelerate AI adoption in sectors such as finance, healthcare, manufacturing, and services, leading to productivity gains and new job roles. That's your market roundup. Markets are cautious near term, but reforms, AI investment, and CapEx provide medium-term support. See you tomorrow.